Hi. We're live. Somebody text Ted.
He's coming. He's coming.
I don't think y'all are ready for this. We shall see.
What am I ready?
Oh,
Okay,
I
I
got
did
it.
him. Rick, you got him?
I got him.
Okay.
There he
Ted, we're
is.
already live.
Senor.
Already?
Yeah, 'cause
Senor.
we were here for like 15 minutes, dude.
Oh my goodness! I'm sorry.
Senor Hicks, what's happening, man?
I'm still operating off of vacation time for the shirt for you guys.
Yeah, I see that. We see
No.
that. We see that.
No excuses.
Oh my goodness!
Okay. I am now going to. Who's texting me? It's one of you guys.
Not me, since you blocked me.
I did. Okay, Ted, I hand it over to you. I know we're waiting for the people, but Rick will take care of them if they come up. We're waiting for, I think, like Joy and I don't know if Joy's coming. Is there anybody else coming?
I think that's it. There were so many different links, and
Oh, did you not use the link I just sent you? There were not that many links. There were two, my brother. Like, why are you exaggerating? One
there
I
were
sent on
multiple
Monday.
links,
No, I sent one on Monday to everyone.
and I was
And then the
trying
one
to
I
share
sent
my
you-
channel.
The one I sent you was so you would have administrative control. Did you use
Right.
that one?
I used that one, and I was in a room by myself, talking to myself.
Hi, Melanie.
Hey, Mel.
You want me to send you another link? Or
No,
do
no,
you-
no,
can
no,
you-
no. This is fine. This is fine. I just need a minute or two to just share.
Hey,
to
Bill.
my
How you
channel.
doing?
Oh, no, Will. What's up, Melanie?
Andrea, I don't know if you know Ted Hicks. I don't know Cynthia, I don't know who everybody knows, so introduce yourselves. Ted Hicks, Andrea, Ted Hicks,
Hi.
Cynthia.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I'm
missing one of my people. Okay, Rick and Tony and
We'd
Joy.
like to welcome you all to the collaboration broadcast of All About the Joy and Late Night Parents.
Right.
Ted Hicks, myself, Tony D, Rick Costa, JoJo, aka Mr. B, the MMA guy, Brian T.S. Catasco, however he changed his name to, Andrea, and Cynthia. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What did we say Brian's name was? What?
Brian T.S. Catasco. He has changed his name 3, 4, 5 times.
Yes.
Okay, I'm so
yes.
sorry. I was confusion. Sorry. Sorry.
We need one more person. This will be Brady Bunch.
No.
You know, it really would. Really would.
In case you all have not noticed,
All
there was
right. Look at that
confusion
guy.
so far.
So, Ted, are you in the admin area or not?
I am not in the admin area.
So what are
I
you looking
was in there.
Can you
Hang on one
see
sec.
the chat on the far right, besides the chat on the screen?
I can.
Hang on one second. I just need to.
Oh, you're looking for your notes or something?
No. I'm just adding the channels because
Oh.
I was able to add the channels and then I wasn't. This is like my first time really using this version of Restream. So I used Tony
Which is
D.
why I logged in 15 minutes earlier thinking you'd be here, but no, everyone else was here.
Oh.
The host was late, but everybody else was on point.
Yeah.
We had enough time to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
5 of the songs.
You know?
Oh my God.
Tony finished eating on time.
Oh my goodness.
Eating? Is he gonna floss soon? Are you gonna floss soon?
You better.
Don't make me do it.
He's ready.
Better.
Look at that. He's ready.
Make me do it.
For those who don't know,
Oh no.
I mean, Andrea, I think when I first met Tony, I was like, can you please stop flossing on camera? I was so, I think I said it that nicely though. I was like, dude, what up? Because he's all like, he digs in. He got clean teeth.
Yeah, he's not playing around.
Really, really good.
I used to watch Schoolhouse Rock. I remember all those songs.
Oh word.
Yeah, he's got that Cheshire Cat smile.
Exactly.
Love it, love it.
Dental hygiene is important.
I'm sorry, guys. I just gotta share it to the Facebook
All
pages.
about the Joy people on one side and the
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
come on. Really?
This is We Are Family.
Melanie, I agree with you, girl.
Oh, we just lost Ted.
Here
Why
we go.
did we lose Ted?
Oh, there he is.
Ted, how
Ted
did we
came
lose
back.
you? Wait, why is Ted?
Ted knocked himself out.
Y'all are doing too much.
What's Ted doing that is
On,
going in and out?
on purpose, I'm just right now sharing to the Facebook pages. So just give me 1 minute.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
but
logged
you have to take
yourself
yourself
out.
off camera.
Where's Rick?
You don't
He's a
see
voice
me?
from beyond.
I'm
Rick's
here.
right there.
Rick's right there.
Oh, hi, Rick.
He
Wait,
waving.
who is that? Who is SAIDZ? What's her name?
That's
That's
Sadie.
Sadie.
That's
Hey, Sadie.
Sadie. Hi, I remember her
Hello,
from
Sadie.
House, right?
Yes.
Yeah, from Canada.
Look at Melanie. Melanie, that was really good. Actually, it was very funny. I liked it.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
like the wrong
so-
person got booted off, but all right.
Oh, I see what happened. Ted Hicks just knocked himself out with the. Okay, you know what it is? So you guys know, Rick, you can see it. Ted just closed off his thing, but it has my icon on it. You see the
Mhm. Yep.
confusion?
Yep.
Do you see it? So
Mhm.
it's because he's on my platform, and you're all my name, which is weird.
Yeah, but I think he put his name. I think.
Yeah,
Yes,
it does say Ted Hicks, but it's my picture, so it's
Right.
so weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Restream needs to fix that.
Okay. Well, I don't know how to fix it. I think they're
No,
still
Restream
working
does.
that out, right?
Yeah, they need to fix it.
Okay. I don't know what's happening here, but how was the week for everyone since we're waiting on Ted? But I might as well chat a little bit. So I mean it's Friday. How did the week go?
Been busy for me.
Good, been busy.
I had an interesting week.
Go
I had
ahead,
an
Mr.
interesting
B.
couple weeks, but I was in the hospital. I was in the
Oh.
hospital for 2 weeks.
What do you mean?
I came out Monday. I had a series of appointments. I'm here. Something crazy just happened. Crazy. I wasn't really feeling well. My stomach was flip flopping. It was some craziness took place. I thought I was gonna come home early. Then I got jinxed, and I was there for a lot longer.
Oh
Thank
man.
goodness I'm home. I'm here. I've
Yeah.
been chilling. Yeah, so I haven't seen none of these guys, but I've talked to these guys.
Right.
When I got my stuff back because they lost my stuff temporarily in the
What do you
hospital.
mean your stuff? What does stuff mean? Like
My belongings, you know?
oh,
yeah.
at the hospital.
Yeah,
That's
Oh
awesome.
man.
yeah. So I didn't have my phone. I didn't have my other stuff.
Mm.
And thanks to the nice nurses there, they found my things.
Okay.
And so I was able to contact everybody that was looking for me. So
You know what? I'm glad you're here.
yeah, I'm chilling. Yeah.
How are you feeling now?
You better?
How are you feeling
Oh,
now?
I feel a lot better. Yeah.
Good, good.
I was waiting to get on here. I was anticipating this stream, this broadcast here, because we were all hyped for it.
Mhm.
I was like, man, can't wait. So here we are.
I know, but now my confusion, like we just lost two people now, right?
I know what's wrong, man.
What are they doing? I don't understand.
Tony's
I
I'm
mean,
doing
it's
you a
flossing.
favor. I'm doing you a favor.
He's flossing, guaranteed.
Yeah, Tony disappeared. Ted disappeared. What the
I
heck?
disappeared. I
Okay,
don't know.
Tony's back.
You stupid.
I give you credit, Tony. That was good.
I told you I'm gonna look out for you. I told you I'm gonna look out for you.
But where is Ted?
I'm not sure what
I
he's doing.
don't know what he's doing.
I can
I don't-
only assume, and I'm going to leave it at that. So, honestly, it's been a busy week for me. I had to move temporarily. I'm in a hotel. We'll move to
Yeah.
my new place tomorrow. Still been trying to work. Had to make a few changes, but clearing up some debt. Just got a new chapter I'm going to start.
A new what?
New
Chapter in life.
New chapter.
Hear that? Hear that?
Yeah, Jesse, we're not doing that today, but thanks. We're not
Okay.
doing riddles in the comment section. I mean, you guys can play along, but this is like the weird thing. Ted,
There's Ted. All right.
Hey.
what is going on with you?
Oh my goodness. I had to share it to the Facebook pages. And you know what? I should have tested this with you earlier during the week.
Really? You think?
You
And
think?
did I
I should have tested this with you.
Yeah, so did I.
Man,
And
Yes.
man.
you
when
and
I was
Ashley.
logged in before, I saw all my shared channels and I said, okay, this is cool. This looks good. And I had it up. Then I went and took my son. He has a party he's going to. And I said, okay, let me leave the channel up. I see Ted Hicks, I see the channels I've shared to, and I get back here and I click on studio, and I'm the only one in the studio. And I'm like, hello.
Okay,
Hello?
I don't know what that's about.
Well, nobody
So
was
you
here.
had. I mean, we don't need to keep talking about this. And just see, it's not that you're bothering. It's just random stuff.
Right.
You know, it's just random, dude. And I'm fine with you doing that when it's my stream, but there's like 9 people on here. So Ted, I think the confusion, just so you know,
Okay.
is nine.
Eight.
9 people.
Easy.
We're supposed to have Joyce. Joy's supposed to be here.
I thought this was all about the Joy. Where's Joy?
Ted, you have admin control. So when you log in, you're not just logging into the stream, you're logging into the entire, all of it. So I think that's what happened. We'll talk about it some other time if we ever do this again, because I'm already feeling like no.
Oh, come on.
Not being that way.
Ted
Don't
want to
be
be
that
this
way.
guy, man. Because Ted want to be this guy.
I vote Ted has the flyest shirt.
Hey, you come on here.
Yeah, I mean,
We
it is
supposed to
fine.
be here early on time, Ted. You don't come on time, Ted.
Yeah,
Come on, guy. What you doing?
Yeah,
What you doing?
I was doing a TED Talk.
Ted
Doing
talk.
a TED Talk.
TED Talk.
Doing a TED Talk.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay,
Come
so
on,
how's
Ted.
everyone doing?
Chilling.
We
Well,
doing
well,
good. How
man.
you doing?
Thank you, Carmen, for putting all this together, putting our 2 groups together. There's a lot of back office discussion about how we were going to do this, and I'm sorry that I was late. Cynthia, nice to meet you. Andrea, nice to meet you too. Rick, as always,
Yes, sir.
it's good to be here. I'm sure we got a bunch of things to talk about. I don't know what are going to be the parameters and everything else like that. Usually on Thursday nights, right after
Hey, Donald.
All About the Joy, we usually do Late Night Parents, where we talk a little bit of technology, a little bit of education, a little bit of parenting, and a lot about sports. And we
A
talk
lot
about some
about sports.
new products and other things that we kind of run across.
News, current events.
Current events, social issues, and everything like that.
Quite a few opinions.
Yeah, quite a few opinions.
Yep.
So we usually do that, and we usually piggyback off of you guys sometimes because you guys have some great topics. So we thought it would be beneficial to work with you guys to see if we could, do something like this maybe once a quarter.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
You heard that too, right? You heard that too.
That is a great idea.
This is some of my hard negotiating tactics that you see me hard at work usually. If you see me doing my daytime job, I'm like, let me just throw this one in. And hopefully we will be able to. Hey, Latoya, how you doing?
Hey, Milton. Is that Milton?
Yes.
Yes.
That was Milton. Hey,
We're not
Milton.
talking to him right now. We're not talking to him right now because he's acting up.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to.
Oh, okay.
Since everyone does most of their own live streams or pods, maybe let's say Cynthia and I can talk about a specific topic on Late Night Parents. Andrea, who's a mom, we can talk about things like that. Tony does certain things. I'm sure you guys would love to listen to Mr. B's podcast and live streams on MMA, mixed martial arts, and stuff like that.
People don't like violence. That's what
Ryan talks about everything, cooking and gaming and everything else like that. Rich, for those of you that are spiritual and love the Lord, he gives you that flavor, and we would just like to learn about the different expertise that Cynthia and Andrea, which you guys.
Andrea.
Yes.
Raya.
It's Andrea.
Oh, it's Andrea, not Andrea.
No.
Andrea.
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 It's really hard, but you're
Get it right.
Andrea. Okay. So, Andrea, I know
R.
we've done some research on you. So we know you do all different types of consulting and leadership and stuff like that. So we would love to hear from you.
What do you want to hear?
Oh, you guys think I'm bad? Ooh, you have no
Some of
idea.
the stuff that you do, some of the, the mentoring, the coaching and stuff that you do.
My work? Yeah.
Work? Great.
Yeah, isn't it? It's like quitting time. I'm not supposed to talk about work now.
It's Friday night. We will love talking about work right after work.
Hey, Alma.
Hey,
How
Alma.
you doing?
Absolutely love it. Yeah. So
I guess like your elevator speech.
the elevator speeches, I work with organizations on leadership development and strategic and succession planning, do a lot of executive coaching, and just ideally help people cultivate better workplaces where people actually like being at work or don't hate it.
Got it. And Cynthia, if you could bring us up to speed for Brian, myself, maybe Tony knows, but I don't know if JoJo knows what you do.
What I do?
Yeah.
I'm a medical administrator. Just graduated college for anthropology and hoping to get my master's in forensic anthropology.
Hey.
Thank you.
Really cool.
Woohoo!
So
Good stuff. Good stuff.
that is good stuff. Carmen helped me out a lot this week. I was able to pick her brains on a few things, a few topics and things like that. Not related to the show, but or
Business. And I did it for free.
She did it for free. How do you like that? She did it for free. I'm sure she would have charged a grip for it.
No, I wouldn't have. Where's Tony? Is he off? Like, so
Good
sorry,
job.
He's still there.
can I ask you a question? Like when people, Rick, let me ask you, when people do that, are they logged off completely or they're just on the side?
No, he just took the camera off.
He just
He
took the
said he'll be right back.
And it moves him all over. Okay.
Right. And
Sorry, I'm just trying to understand what's happening. Okay, go ahead.
What we usually see is we see a picture, your picture. So like when I took off my camera, I saw Carmen. I said, wait.
Yeah, you saw my picture, but that's because you're on as the administrator. That's not normal. Usually it would be whatever your picture is.
Yeah.
Got it. So yes, Carmen helped me out greatly this week on a few things that I need to hopefully address. And it was, I tell you, discussions like that are usually great because when you're surrounded by yes people and you're surrounded, and I guess it's some similar work that people would do when you're looking to how do you increase or how do you what's the right word? You just need to hear some straight talk sometimes from people.
And we all know how shy I am, and I would never really do that.
It's so hard to get straight talk from Carmen. God, I'm glad.
Rick, I didn't mean to do that. What did I just do?
I didn't see anything. What?
Did I turn off the chat by accident?
No, it's on.
Nothing changed.
I can't see it on my side. I was going to respond to Chris, whoever.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I see
Okay,
everything
sorry.
the
Go
same.
ahead, Ted.
No.
I can't see the chat
So-
anymore.
But yeah, Carmen's always beating around the bush. She never tells you what's really on her
I'm very
mind.
She never really tells you, and I'm walking to the subway. I'm walking to the subway and she's giving me the straight talk and I'm like, okay. And she said, maybe you don't want to hear this, Ted, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And I was just like, okay. But it was good. It was good. No, it was really helpful.
Well, you need to tell them what I said. You can't say it like that.
Yeah, you just left it all out. Like,
What is that?
you got to tease a few things. You got to tease a few
all
things,
right.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to that point, we'll get to that. But I guess first, Carmen, we were talking about topics to discuss amongst our group that made sense. And I guess we could lead off with relationships.
Jada and Will? No, I'm just kidding.
Will and Jada, or Jada and Will, or
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
uh,
I'm just wondering where Tony is. I don't know why that's bothering me
He's
so
still
much.
there.
I had to get a load out of the dryer. My work clothes are expensive. I apologize.
Okay, that's all right.
he's there.
Okay.
He's there.
What did you say? I know, Alma. I don't know. Ted is teasing it. It's his show. I'm trying to.
Alma, you got to hang on. Maybe in the C block, we'll get into how she was beating me up the entire way, But it was constructive. It was constructive.
I did not beat you up. You asked me a question, and I answered it in the flavor that is Carmen. Yeah,
which is very honest and very strong.
But okay, here's the thing. Why are you gonna ask me a question? You all know me pretty well. Even Mr. B, who probably knows me the least here, would know if he asked me a question, he's gonna get a straight up answer.
Right?
Probably right. True. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Like I said it nicely and kindly, but I told you the truth.
You did, and we'll get to that. Okay. So we were talking about relationships.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I heard last night you got. Oh, there he is. But we were talking. Well, last night I was watching you guys. Just to let you know, there was no stream last night because I had some dental work done yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So by the time I woke up, it was like 10 minutes after 9. So I just watched you guys. But you guys last night were talking about Will and Jada and your thoughts on the promotion, the book, things that you should say in the public, things that you shouldn't, things,
Well, it was kind of a jumping off point. It wasn't really about Will and Jada, although Mario had some thoughts about Will and Jada, but it was really about like, how much information is too much information? Like, how much are you willing to share with each other at work, right? So one of the big issues I'm having at work right now, and anybody who knows me, when you text me during the day or whatever, I'm in the middle of talking to a team of people. And the big conversation I've had in 2 different places. Hey, Mario. How you doing, boo?
That's Mario from last night's show?
Yeah, this is Mario from last night's show. Telling people, I'm not your friend. I've had to say that multiple times in the past few months to different teams. I'm not your friend. I'm not your therapist. I need you to do your work, because some people will just want to share way too much information and give too much, like just a lot of excuses that are very personal for why something is done, which, we're all happy and want to be as supportive as possible for whatever's going on in your life. But at the end of the day, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I need the work done. And so it was kind of it was kind of a jumping off point. Alma said, I respect that. I subscribe to the same philosophy. If you want the truth, ask me. If you want someone to be nice, you're not going to get that over here. We're the same. So that's kind of what we were talking about when it comes to relationships, but we can dwell into whatever you want.
Well, I guess, do you guys actually really still do want to talk Will and Jada, or just is that kind of beat to death?
I think it's beat to death. I think
it's beat to death.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of their personal business should be out there as much as it is. And I'll be honest, those memes are brutal. Y'all ain't right on social media. I'm gonna tell all of y'all right now. Y'all are wrong.
They're funny. They're funny.
Some of those memes are funny.
They are funny.
Listen, they were friends. They were homies. I'm gonna need a bunch of y'all to stop acting like men and women can't be friends without trying to get with each other because y'all front.
What?
Yes, there's a lot of female friends I have that we ain't never get together. We just
man. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Y'all dead wrong. When I saw that woman, they was in the car with Sugar Tupac. I said, I'm through with y'all on social media.
Wait a minute. I missed something there. Clearly, I missed something. I don't know what we're talking about.
A lot, and they're just going hard on Jada. They're going real hard again.
Yeah.
Everybody is tearing her.
Talking about that. Jada was Tupac the whole time. Something like
that. Okay, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Hey, Fireman Rich.
I can't deal with
Rich, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Rich?
Fireman Rich, how you doing?
Looks good. I see you down there too. But no, I mean, I'm over. Y'all can discuss it.
Yeah.
I don't have much because I think they've gone through enough. Kanye and Kim, they're going through enough. I just saw a story on him and what's going on with his situation. I don't know. To me, and I'll say this about relationships. The biggest problem I'm seeing with relationships right now is they are advertising broken homes.
Yeah.
I said this on Ted Show a while ago. They advertise a marriage, they advertise having kids, then they advertise a problem, then they advertise divorce, then they advertise somebody else taking care of the kids, and somebody else got somebody else that can't see the kids enough. That is entirely too much on social media. And also blame a lot of television because they pushing it. 80s TV shows families that were steady and comfortable. They didn't go through that. You hate divorce. Now you want to see a divorce because you want to see how everybody survives afterwards.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're advertising.
But Tone, I got to challenge that because 50% of marriages end in divorce.
It used to be 75. I remember.
Okay, well, wait. Are you talking about
like
the overall number or African American households?
Overall.
Okay.
Overall, it was 75% of marriages ended in divorce. So there was almost no incentive to get married. So how do you even keep a family together if you're pushing that narrative? We got to push it back to people staying together and working through issues instead of just being one and done and not having nothing and struggling just to maintain what you built in the first place.
Right.
Wait, are you advocating staying in a marriage even if the relationship is over because of the children?
I'm advocating for marriage.
Be careful. That's mine, Tony. Be careful.
I will do this. I will advertise marriage.
I am fighting with you. I'm asking a question.
I know. I will advocate for marriage. I will advocate for people.
So can I ask a question? What do you consider to be a great marriage? Something that should be saved?
You got to fight through everything.
Okay.
You have to. And it's really going to have to start with you. Both sides, male, female, husband, wife, wife, all of y'all. You got to.
Tony, what about infidelity?
That's
how do you get around
where it gets
that?
tricky to me. That is where it gets tricky to me. And I will
finances and infidelity. How do you get around those two things?
Finances become an issue when you don't have it established in the first place. I'm not going to talk against people who lost their jobs. I'm not. You don't anticipate that. But if you came in with a bad financial situation and you don't work to improve it, either side, not just one, that's a problem I can't answer. I'll be honest about that. But people got to learn how to, when you get married, you got to know what you're getting yourself into.
Okay, I'm going to say something because I'm a little frustrated. I'm confused here. But Tony, you're married. You're in the middle of a divorce, right? Or you've already been divorced.
My divorce was finalized in December.
Okay, so my question is, you're saying all this, and this is not to get too personal, but then why didn't you fight for your marriage, or why didn't you stay together?
I did. She didn't.
Okay, but you still ended in divorce.
That wasn't necessarily my fault.
So why would you want to stay with somebody who doesn't want to stay with you? Is my question.
That's the hard question. Why would you want to? Depends on what the situations are of the divorce. Depends on why you even got to that point. Sometimes it's infidelity. Sometimes it's finances. Sometimes they're just tired of each other. Sometimes some people just get married to get what they want for the moment. You got a lot of variables when it comes to divorce these days. Yeah. It's not just about infidelity.
Hey, Rick, can you put that message on screen? The last one from Fireman Rich.
Married 37 years.
Married 37 years.
Yep. To the missus.
Congratulations.
To the missus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, overall though, you got to have a healthy balance. That's the one thing. It has to be a healthy balance, not a what have you done for me lately. It's not like a business transaction. The last 2 years, from 2020 to 2022, when I was a coordinator for a moving company, I have moved a lot of people that ended up in divorce, where the guy had to take an early retirement and a pay cut, but they had to downsize their lavish 7-bedroom house to a 4-bedroom house. And the wife was like, nah, I can't do this no more. I'm out. I felt bad for the dude. A lot of them were cooped up together. They just got to the point where they couldn't stand each other. That ended up into a breakup or divorce. But it's just like, there's no balance. Honestly, yeah. There's no give and take. There's no trust, there's no respect, there's no balance. And even witnessing it with my friends in my inner circle with their relationships. I mean, like, if you get married, there's a vow. It's a vow for a reason. That's why they have that for richer, for poor, for sick, or for health. I'm a ride or die. And if you ain't gonna be a ride or die with me, then bye, kick rocks, go. Because I'm at the point in my life, I don't need any more headaches. I got enough dealing with my headaches already. I don't need any more.
Yeah.
Tell him, Brian.
If you don't cook and you like cleaning, great. I like cooking. Or if it's vice versa, it don't matter. There's got to be a healthy balance.
Got to be a balance. I agree with the balance.
Yeah. And how long have you been married, Brian?
I've never been married.
Thank you.
Wow. See what you did.
And
Wow.
Hey, listen.
Uh-huh.
I have been divorced, and even I'm shutting my mouth, right? So
No, but you shouldn't have to.
No. Here's my point. I'm okay with people getting divorced. And here's why. I think we have a really weird idea that we have to stay with one person, the perfect person forever. And everything that we're talking about is this weird idea that if it doesn't work, that somehow you failed at something. I know divorce is hard. I get it. And I don't have children, and my divorce was amicable. Everybody here knows that I am the godmother to the child of my ex-husband. Okay. So clearly I have a very amicable, very friendly relationship. And I think what bothers me is the animosity that happens with people when you do look at, for everyone who's been married, like Alma, I know you and Mario been married, and I get it. I love all the people who've been married for all the umpteen years. Bravo to you. But that doesn't mean that other relationships didn't work out okay just because people got divorced. And I think we have to change our mindset. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be so angry about it. Sometimes relationships change and end. And if you loved someone to begin with, then you can love them even if you don't like them anymore for whatever choices they had to make, and move on. And understand that your anger is all about you.
But also too, with relationships and a marriage, it's like a plant. You got to give time to grow. It takes work. You can't just
Sometimes
just like a plant can die.
That's right.
Because you don't.
I mean, as much as you care for it, as much as you give it water, you give it food, the plant gives you oxygen, it can still die.
It takes work, and everybody's too damn lazy to put in the work.
Listen, I've been with my husband for 25 years, and we have had.
What if I leave the toilet seat up? Flip the damn thing down. You don't have to break up with me for that stupid shit.
Yo. You know what? I'm gonna let Cynthia and Andrea talk. I'm gonna shut up right now.
Listen, I've been with my husband early. 25 years we've been together. We definitely have had ups and downs. Yeah. He's disabled now. He can't work, so I'm the sole breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? But we work at our relationship, and it's not perfect. There is no relationship that is perfect.
Correct.
And, and if down the line we decide we want to get a divorce, then so be it. Then we're happy for each other to be happy with someone else.
I got to text Juan what you saying right now.
Rick.
That's the key is you love each other. You will love each other through whatever iteration your relationship is, even if that's separate. You don't have, what I'm for is people being content and fulfilled. And that can happen in a marriage. It can happen outside of marriage. It can happen for a period of time in a marriage, and then you grow in a different direction, and that's okay. But I just don't, to me, it's just a archaic kind of and I'm married, my anniversary is tomorrow. So, I mean, it's it's a archaic institution that people don't really need.
Growing in different directions, I'm seeing a lot more of. That's what's concerning me with today's society. There's a lot of people growing in different directions.
A lot of people choose not to grow. That's the issue. People make a decision not to grow.
Right.
And if one person is making the decision not to grow and the other person is making the decision to grow, what are you going to do?
That is
Rick, can you put that message up there from Aluz Dawson?
That's Alma. That's Mario's wife.
Oh, okay. Alma. So I've been married for 25 years.
Aluz is her name. But it's Alma.
Oh, Aluz Dawson. I've been married for 25 years together, 28, and it is work. It is a choice to love, honor, and obey. Key word. Every day. But from the beginning, we established boundaries and deal breakers. Those things.
Plain and simple.
And I promise you, when Alma says obey, she don't mean she just obey her husband. She means the other way around. I'm just going to give you guys that flavor. If there's any confusion.
Also, Theodore Roosevelt said it best. He said, "Comparison is the biggest thief of joy." So when you're on social media and you're like, "Oh, look, they're in the Bahamas and we're in Florida. Oh, look, they're in Canada. We're in Birmingham, Alabama." you're always comparing, and then by the time you know, you're like, why can't my dude be like that dude? Why can't my chick be like that chick? It's always comparing, and that is what really destroys a relationship. You're comparing to other. It's not a competition. It's not a competition.
And social media is just a facade. People put up what they want to make it look like their relationships and their lives are perfect, and then other people are getting jealous for something that isn't even real.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
people want to emulate it. You know what I mean? It's
those people that haven't grown,
and they make it they make it like a trend, which is horrible to hear to say. You know what I mean?
It's terrible.
Like, think about it. You're turning marriage into a trend where everybody's like, "Yo, let's get married because they're married and they're married. Let's get married." And now it's like here we are. Oh, I hate your guts. I hate your guts too. So, you know, some people are more happy just being together than being married, and marriage doesn't work for everybody. But
when fools rush
like
in,
you guys say, you know, you want the best for your significant other, and whether you're together or not, you separate. You just want the best. That's it. You don't gotta have animosity towards people or anything. Just go about your way, man, and just say, hey, it is what it is.
I think that's what makes me sad about most of the marriages that I see that break up. And again, I know that my situation is an extreme, but it shouldn't be. You know, like if you loved someone enough to do that, to make that commitment, it makes me sad how much people loathe and hate and have such resentment towards the person that they had children with, that they thought they were going to spend the rest of their lives with. And it's kind of like, can you find a way to forgive either yourself and that other person, you know? And I just want to tell just a couple people in the chat room, I don't want to leave them hanging. Mario, I'm not going after you, baby. Melanie just said you can grow as individuals, keep communication open, and stay together.
Yeah.
I don't know why Fireman Rich is bringing in Go Texas Rangers. Ha ha ha. Fireman Rich, you are no longer my friend. I'm gonna unfollow you or whatever. And Latoya, unconditional love on both parts is necessary. Ooh, that's a good one. One might grow quicker, but then that's a moment to carry the other person. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
toxic, then that's different.
Also too,
great point.
But also too, a foundation and boundaries were not set in place to begin with. Because if you set up a foundation, you set up boundaries, you will have a good relationship. From my observation, from everybody else I know and everybody else that I've spoken to that have been married for X amount of years. My failed relationships has been financial because like it's my choosing of the type of jobs I wanted to go. But I do the best of my ability, you know, but shit. I mean, but the thing about it is, it's like, hey,
love you, Rich.
Right. But hey, I mean, you want to go for somebody else, you know, that wants to flaunt and all that stuff. Fine, go ahead, be that way. But it's just like, hey, you know,
that's
like
what you call a gold digger if they're only going after you for your money.
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah, but also too, but like what annoys me from my past experience is just that like I'd be there for him. I'd be like, yeah, what do you need? I got you. What you need help with that? I got you. But the moment I run into a snag, oh, bye, I gotta go. It's not you, it's me, kind of
for
thing.
you. Then
it's not the right person.
Man, you can't do it, Brian.
I know, but like I said, it's been like financial because it's like I run into a snag, but yet everything else I've done, I help them out.
So try not to help them out so much.
Yeah.
Don't do what you can. Like, don't overexert yourself trying to give them everything when they can't do the same to you.
Yep.
But I expect that reciprocated. Like I was there for you in your time of need.
See, you needed to be on our last podcast with the love language. Because your love language is not the same as the girls you've been finding.
Because I mean, like I could fix shit, I could cook shit. I mean, I could do it.
Yeah, Brian, you should talk to Cynthia later. She can get by you. She was telling me what my
no disrespect, Brian. You know, I just mentioned no disrespect.
I'm not hard to find. It's all good. I'm not hard to find.
Brian, I think you're just choosing the wrong people, or you're not choosing, but you're connecting and maybe falling for people, and maybe you don't see the signs. Because look at, as much as I make fun of you and whatever, we go back and forth. I know you're a good man, and I know you can cook some shit. Okay, that I'm gonna give you some credit right there. I've seen you with the barbecue. Okay, like I would go to Texas just for that. Okay, so you're a good person. You work hard. You need to find a person that connects on your level. You're not finding those right people.
Yeah,
that's what that's about.
But
it's important to know what you.
Yeah.
Say
that again.
But also too, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Know what you want from what you want in a relationship, what your own values are, so that you can kind of screen people for those values. Doesn't mean they have to totally match up, but they can't be like in total conflict either.
Yeah.
And one thing I'll say too is, if you don't want me, then I don't want you. Because why would I want you if you don't want me? Sounds simple, but it's like that's the bottom line. If you
I don't want that headache
anymore,
if someone doesn't want to be with you, they're not the right person. Boom, done. There you go.
Right.
Problem solved.
Something that you guys had mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and I responded to you, but it was at the end of your stream. Does your significant other need to be your best friend? I say no.
Which is
they
amazing.
don't need to be, but it probably would help the relationship a little if they are one of your best friends.
Okay. So I say no, but a comment that was used earlier. I think that person, that significant other, needs to be your ride or die.
Yeah.
But they don't have to be your best friend.
Can you tell me what ride or die is versus best friend? What does that mean? What's the difference, or what does it mean? Because I don't know what that means.
Your significant other is your ride or die, meaning you can depend on them when needed, just as they would depend on you.
But is that the same as a best friend? A best friend, you would depend on them regardless of whatever, and they would
best
be
friend
there for
has
you.
an expiration date.
They're close. They're close.
So does the partner.
They're very close. So
you ride or die.
One of my best friends.
Ride or die is a little bit harder than your best friend.
Wouldn't your ride or die though potentially become your best friend though? In this situation, I'm just saying.
There's a little bit more to it.
I know.
From the Bronx, you already know. Stop.
I know where Ted's going. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm just saying though. Like, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? I'm in a situation. You know what I mean? I'm falling. I can't get up. I need. You know what I mean? I need an upliftment. Here you go.
Right.
And I got that. All right. Thank you. You know what I mean? But it's not just like, you know what I mean? Compared to, well, your best friend. You know, we could talk, we could do this, we could do.
It's a good question.
There's a slight difference between the two. Now I'm thinking about it. There is a slight difference between the two.
I don't know what it is.
But they'll potentially eventually become that same person.
Yeah, that's
if you put the time in. Yeah. If the time is put in, they'll eventually become the same person. But I get
my ride or die. My best friends are my ride or die. I don't have.
With no expiration.
There's no separation.
There's no I don't know what that was about, Brian. There's no expiration.
To me, a ride or die.
Next week it's over. You're no longer my
No.
We've had enough time. It's been 30 years. It's
to me, a ride or die. You could be stuck in the side of the road at 2:00 in the morning, and they'll be there.
They'll be there. Yeah.
The best friend will be like, "Oh, I hate that for you." Like,
oh, come on.
That's not your best friend.
Nah, sometimes your best friend could pop up out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
I feel like we have to have individual therapy sessions.
Come here.
Carmen, I'm starting to feel like these men have had some really bad relationships, friends and partner wise. Yeah, Tony agrees.
Yeah, Carmen,
so, what's going on with your friends? And you're like, what in the hell? I don't understand that.
Okay, so
Carmen could call me from freaking Thailand at 2 a.m. and I'd be on a plane trying to figure out how to help her.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes.
So like, like without even thinking, like, should I do this or not? It would just be automatic.
So Andrea, I mean this.
Andrea, but go ahead. She heard you.
Before the end of this, I'm gonna get it right. Okay, and I can't butcher Cynthia. Okay, so I have a couple of I have a best friend. We've been friends for 40 plus years. We don't have to talk every day.
Right.
We can get on the phone and just pick up from whenever.
Yeah.
That to me is a definition of a best friend. If you're in need, or the example that was just given. Now your ride or die is like, hey, I need an enema. Who you're in a situation and you're like, okay, I'm going to look for, my significant other or my partner or whatever like that. But that person doesn't need to meet that best friend.
But
because
would your best friend not do that for you? I mean, that's a little too much information, but
that's what I was gonna say. That's a crazy example.
That is the best friend
example right there.
Wow, crazy. Real life example. I had surgery, and my best friend Andrea helped me take a shower. No problem. Wasn't even a question because I could not do it myself.
Right.
And did it for a week, helping me and making sure that I had everything I needed. That's the best friend. And you know what? Any one of my best friends would have done that.
I don't have any friends who I wouldn't, if I had to, call and be like, dude, I need an enema. I need your help.
Right.
All of my friends would come and help me if I needed them.
He would be there for you.
Okay.
Ted, I just want you to know now, enema, Ted. That's all.
I wanted to go to an extreme. I wanted to go to a full extreme to see, like, okay, here's the difference.
That'd be crazy.
It would be. It's like,
I mean, knock on wood, I never have to make that call, but I got people.
I'm with Nancy.
That's for real.
Yeah, I'd been like a blood transfusion. Yeah, but an enema, yeah.
But is it because it's another male? Is that because, I mean, you got Andrea and Carmen would do it for each other, no questions asked. But is it because your ride or die or your best friend's another male? You mean to tell me you wouldn't do it?
Nah, if my friend really needs it, you going for it. You gotta go get it.
Cynthia, you know how it got really quiet.
That's why I'm like,
My buddy gotta get it.
Are you guys any ride or dies? Because don't feel like it. Tony doesn't know what to say.
I'll get it. But if you're gonna tell me like, yo, we gotta go with the procedure, then I'm like, hey man, you're on your own, buddy. That's what I'm telling you. Be real with it. I'm telling you that. You gotta be on your own. But I'll buy it for you. I'll go get it if you need it.
I mean,
but
maybe everyone's definitions are a little bit different as to what spouses and friendships. I think in the perfect world for me and the world that I live in, my best friend and my ride or die are pretty much exactly the same person.
Yeah, that's
why I'm single. Is because I don't want anything less than that in the man that's going to spend his life with me. Do you know what I mean? Like I have a standard that I want that. And
Brian, I think you should think that way too.
The comments.
What happened?
I think Brian should think that way too.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, but here's the thing. My standards are reasonable. Carmen's standards, not even the best Olympic pole vaulter can hit that bar. Wow. You need a jetpack. For Carmen's standards, you need a jetpack. If not a jetpack, you need a plane.
Damn.
If not a plane, you get a damn shuttle.
What is he doing? Like, I don't understand. Yes, you're absolutely right. The standard is way high. I don't even. You don't need to.
Wait. What?
I'm
reasonable.
Hold on. Pardon. What exactly is the standard?
Where's the sage?
For you or in general?
That's her standard.
Because the way Brian says it is like it's unreachable. What's happening here?
God bless that woman.
Yeah. Huh? What happened?
God bless that
We
woman,
have to
Nancy.
shout out the comments, you guys.
The comments are going crazy.
Great.
I don't understand what's happening. I just got lost somehow. Someone who would never fart in front of her husband.
God bless that woman.
See, this is all the enema stuff, man. See, when you bring toilet stuff into the stream,
Just take it easy on the fiber, y'all.
Yeah, there you go.
Tux and parsley.
Easy on the bread.
So Brian, I'm going to answer the question because he asked me a question. You want to know what the standard is for me, or are you trying to figure out what the standard is for all women and why you're having maybe difficulties finding women who
All the
want you for
above.
your money?
All the above.
Ooh.
I got time.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Don't open Pandora's box. There we go.
What am I missing? Is this really hard?
I didn't knock on the door. I kicked that door. Let's go.
No, I asked what was Carmen's standards because of the way Brian's over exaggerating them.
Yeah.
That's what I asked.
I don't know.
That's what I
because Mr.
It's time to go get our beers.
Tony and Brian always call me bougie. They say I'm so bougie because, let me give you the example why.
Again.
Because one time they were thinking about coming to California, and I said, I'll be happy to suggest some hotels and some places you could stay. I live in Santa Monica, California, on the beach. Okay.
Santa Monica.
So
Nice.
So I suggested hotels that Andrea and Cynthia has stayed at, and Andrea lives here as well. The normal hotel here would easily be one night, like what, $500, $550 a night.
And we lost it.
And they lost it, and they have not let go of the whole bougie concept since then.
Can I just say, when I went to Santa Monica to visit Carmen, she hated the hotel I was in.
Oh my God. Oh.
Because it was literally across the street from the pier.
May we ask which hotel it was, please?
But it was only like, I think $200 a night.
Which hotel?
Cynthia, was it 5-star?
It was 4 stars.
No, because they were.
That's the reason why. It's only 4
Here's
stars.
the thing, and it was also across from the pier. Did you hear that part?
Yes.
And Cynthia, what else was broken? You didn't have a pool.
Right. They were renovating the pool, so we didn't have a pool.
And I had to go pick you up and like go around the world, even though you're 10 minutes from me. I had to go around the world to go pick you up because it is like the crowd. Anyway, if you're gonna ask me where you want to stay in Santa Monica, or you ask Andrea, or you ask anyone, you want to stay in Santa Monica at the beach, I'm gonna tell you where you should stay because these are beautiful hotels here. And again, it's not even Santa Monica. I don't like when I go to New York, I stay in Soho, I stay in Tribeca. That is the luxury, my people, of not having children. Okay, that's the other part that you don't seem to understand. I don't have to spend my money or worry about taking care of kids or whatever. So I can do things like fly first class, or those are choices I make.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
You have the option to pamper yourself, as you just said.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And that's not a crime. That's not a crime. It's not a crime. If that's how you want to do things, it's not a crime.
Intercom call like checkout is at 11 o'clock.
I'll be right back.
Her and say that she has lived a life, and she has earned. She deserves to get what she wants and to be bougie and all of those things. And so whatever her standards are, like, yeah, someone should meet those standards. And if they don't, guess what? She's fine without them.
Yes, she is.
It's okay.
And I'm not taking money out of your pocket, Brian. Right? I'm not asking you to pay for my hotel.
Okay.
He's going to give it. Okay. He's going to give it.
I respect that. Okay.
Right? And look, just to back up for a minute, and Andrea, thank you for saying that. You know, there was a lot of guilt for a long time because I did grow up on the streets.
Right.
Literally, that is not like me just saying it. I grew up without parents. I already did the time. I mean, I hope like if God makes me have to go through something else, I will go through it. But yeah, that's also part of it. Part of it is if I can do something for myself that isn't hurting nobody, is not taking away from my rent or whatever. Yeah. But also, I mean, it's why I choose to live where I live.
No,
and I think everybody should be like that. I think everyone should be able to treat themselves once in a while. And if you're going to travel anywhere, why not travel first class? Why not stay in a 5-star hotel and treat yourself? We're not saying you got to do it every day or every time, or you know what I'm saying, like, but once in a while,
$1,000 on first class.
Yeah, if you got the options, if you got the option to do it, you go ahead and do it.
And I
knock yourself out.
I
Yeah.
honestly tell you that would have been beyond my means with what I have going on myself. That's why we did that. It wasn't so much.
I
that
know, but then you went on. I'm just
Let me tell you
saying.
something. Even if I had the money, if I spend the $500 on that, I want full room service and I don't want no questions asked. I'm like Nancy. I want to go toilet. Go ahead and put the bidet on there. I might.
Toilet. That's not $500 though. That's
I'm just saying because that's a lot, and I mean $200 a night. That's standard prices right now. She was actually correct for the future because hotel prices are going in that direction depending on what location you go to, based on what I've been seeing. But we did get on her. Me and Brian kind of roasted it. We didn't mean to make her feel bad.
No, it wasn't a roast. It was
but
sports.
you're talking about standards. You know what I mean? You're talking about standards. Like for me, one of the standards is that a man in my life understands that and gets it. He don't have to provide nothing for me. By the way, when I married my husband, Andrea and Cynthia, before I say a word, do you guys remember what my husband used to do as a job when I met him?
I remember how you met him. Yes, I do.
Do you want to share that with them or should I?
You can tell.
Well, because they're going to all freak out. They're going to be so stunned by my choices. The man that I married towed my car. He was a tow truck driver. That's who he was. And I had the job I had now and was making even more money. That's how I met him.
Okay.
And
was it his private business?
I'm sorry?
Was it his private business?
He was working as a tow truck driver.
He was a tow truck driver. Just
okay? All right. So he turned around and now he has, he's going to be like, that's right, talk about me like this. But now he has his own motocross company. You know, he has his own motocross company. He's extremely successful. He does really well. So when you're talking about standards, what am I looking for in a person? Somebody who is, and these are all the things that Andrea and Cynthia both know who he is, and they know the men I've dated: kindness, ambition. You know, I mean, of course you have to be attracted. So we're not talking about physicalities here, right? You need to be attracted to the person.
Yeah, I understand that.
But somebody who can teach me something, somebody who understands my travels in my life and how things worked out for me and is okay with that.
Yeah.
But doesn't push me down, lifts me up, you know? And why didn't it work out between us? Because culturally, I was the one bringing in so much money. And yeah, money is an issue, especially when you're very, very, what's the word? I don't want to say macho, whatever, but you come from a culture that's very masculine. You know, Latinos are very, like, I have to be in charge. And I think we just had a moment where it was like, this is not going to work out. And we made that decision together and it was amicable. And luckily first, we didn't have children. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was a good thing. So we've stayed friends. And then his new wife and I are best friends and asked me to be the godmother to their child, who is now 15.
You two are a classic example of friends who remain friends regardless.
I am probably friends. I am friends with most of my exes, most of them.
A lot of people can't say that. That's a good thing, in my opinion, because a lot of people.
It's a good thing that you can't stay connected to your friend. To
be the godmother. Hell no. A lot of women wouldn't even deal with that these days. The ones that I see.
I'm actually good friends with my husband's kid's mother.
Yeah,
it's good
with the baby mama.
Sometimes they work it out and they'll be amicable, whatever. Godmother and you all are that close and that tight. That's a plus. That's a positive aspect.
So wait, Carmen, just a question. He had the problem that you were bringing home the bacon, or you?
No,
had the problem?
I think it was both, and I think it was just it became too hard on. I mean, I don't think that's what he would say. You know what I mean? Like, I think for him, there's a pride thing in that. But I do think money is Fireman Rich is saying money is no issue in my marriage. I won't have a pot to tinkle in if it wasn't for the missus. Right. I also had I'll be honest, I also had a very high pressure job. That's when I was working a corporate job. I was flying back and forth to New York. I had 4 assistants, 2 in LA, 2 in New York. I was working all the time. So I think there was also this kind of
a distance, a bit of a separation.
It's not about distance. I was also just I was going to parties. I was going to, you know what I mean? There was a lot happening that for him was like, it's out of my league. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, and again, I'm not.
With 2 different levels of life. Yes.
It was just different things happening. And so, and now when I see him and I see how successful he is and how happy here's the difference. He is happy doing what he loves, and I still do the job I don't love, right? Like, it's weird, right? It's not really about money. It's like he wanted to build a business doing motocross and all that sportsy stuff that you guys know more about than I do. And, you know, for a while there, he was fixing like the CHP's motorcycles, the BM, you know what I mean? Like, that was like a big contract for him. And if I'm talking about it this much, like, so watching someone succeed that way is awesome. And here's what I would suggest in the future for all of you who are divorced or thinking about being in relationships. When you tell people, because I think this is the real problem, when you tell people you love them, you need to understand what love really is. Because to me, that's the problem. I love people fiercely, and it's really hard for them to get out of my life. So I don't use that word so loosely.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So if I love you, that means a really big deal to me. That is the ride or die. That is the best friend. There is nothing you can do that will, I mean, I used to say to Mia all the time, my other best friend, I would say to her all the time, I don't care if you murdered somebody. If you tell me, oh my God, I did do it, but it was this one, I'm gonna defend you. I'm gonna figure that shit out. I'm gonna do what I gotta do because I love you so much. I'm gonna understand. I'm gonna do what we have to do to try to help you walk through that.
Right.
Because there's nothing she could do that would make me not understand her because I love her that much.
I understand that.
She would never murder anybody, by the way. I'm just, you know. In case this comes back and kicks me in the ass, they're gonna be like, 2 years ago you said.
So, shovel.
Yeah.
Is it realistic that if Carmen, I'm not using you as an example. I'm just using the fact that you were making so much money, so much more than your partner. Is it realistic? Like, could he still consider himself head of household when there's like that type of financial gap between the two of you?
What do you mean, on our taxes, or what are we talking about?
No, just in general. Meaning head of the household, like, you know, you guys are together, but he oversees the household.
I think, again, going back to something Andrea said, those are really archaic terminologies. And I think it's kind of what's the problem with why people get into relationships and then end them. Because there are these roles that everybody wants to fit into or force their partner to fit into. And, you know, like, who cares who's the head of the household? Can we pay our bills? Can we get what we need to get? I don't think we ever had that conversation. You know, I think for him,
you had a good relationship. If you never had that issue, you had a good relationship.
Cynthia, what's your take on that? Oh, I'm sorry, Carmen.
No. What were you saying?
No, I was saying, Cynthia, what's?
Oh, go ahead.
No, Tony.
I think that like Carmen was saying, you know, it kind of sucks because as a culture we were brought up that way, that the man is the one who, you know, maintains the house while the woman takes care of the children and the household while the man works. But I think in this generation, all that's kind of changed. And, you know, a lot of people are just thinking differently now. And a lot of the women are the ones that are working while men stay at home. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times with culture, it's very hard for men, especially to kind of change that in their whole mindset. Like, oh, you know, it's almost like, their masculinity is kind of taken away, you know, and they think they're being talked about by other people because they so-called are now wearing the skirts and not the pants and things like that. But I think it's, you know, it's stuff that we grew up with from our parents and grandparents who taught us that, you know.
All right. Andrea, what's your take?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just have a almost like visceral reaction to the term head of household. Like, I can't, like, why would anyone think they need to be the head of the household? Me or my husband or one of my kids or whatever. Like, you are a family in partnership together with everybody. Everybody's the head of the household. Nobody's the head of the household. Everybody's got to pull their weight. Everyone's got to, you know, be able to give everybody else some grace every now and then. Like that, it just doesn't even register with me. And I just have a very, like, I just reject it and push it back. Like, no, get away from me with those kind of terms. I don't accept that.
Gentlemen?
Traditionally, that's where everybody gets it from. That's what we're taught. So when they're saying it's traditional and it's archaic, they're correct.
And when you file your taxes.
Men are not seen as men unless you are the head of the household, you are the breadwinner. You make sure everything external. She makes sure of everything internal. When the roles are reversed to any aspect, that's when people start looking at it crazy. And today's society, there are a lot of more stay-at-home dads. Both sides need to realize at any given point, if you lose your significant other spouse and you had to take care of the kids by yourself, you got to take on both sides. Right. I think sides need to learn both sides, period.
Yeah.
You know, some of us who are parents, like me and my ex-wife, both of us are military. We could have been TDY at any time. We had to take care of both sides of the house, which I've done and she's had to do. So I agree with it being traditional and archaic. Like she said, a very good word, by the way. We got to get past it. So I'm glad to hear that there are women out here who don't see that as an issue. That is a definite plus, because there are still some women who do want it to be the issue. You have to do this. You ain't a man if you don't do this. You ain't a man if you don't do that. I don't hear dudes telling women, you're not a woman if you don't do this. You're not a woman if you don't do that.
Facts.
I don't hear that. You hear a lot of women talking about you ain't a man if you ain't this, or you ain't no real man. I don't tell women you're not a real woman.
Yeah, but there's the other part of it too, where there's this idea that women can do it all. And that's another lie, you know, where there's a whole other pressure. Like, as much as we want equality, you know, it's like, you know, a lot of my friends are not only head of household, they take care of the kids, you know, they have their career women, they have to be great in bed, they got to take care of their husband. That's this, again, it's about changing the dynamics and the definitions so that whatever your friendship and relationship is, you know, whatever your personal relationship is with your significant other needs to be a real authentic conversation. Like, what does this mean to us if we choose to get together, married or not? By the way, marriage is just a license. I'm talking about people who make a decision to live together and live life together.
Aspect, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Both sides have to realize both sides can be in control at any time. Both sides can be the underdog, if you will. The not head household. Head household is really it's a term.
It's a tax term. That's why when he said it, I was like, you mean tax-wise?
If you go to a counseling session, I had a counselor tell me and a girlfriend that I had one time, head of household is the one who makes the most money. And I was like,
it's a tax term. Yes, that's true, because they want to know who the person send the bill to, basically. But yeah, it's a tax term.
But women are just as equal to run things as men are these days. So both sides are just gonna have to face it. Either one of you can be in charge.
But also too, there's a lot of compromise, or there has to be a compromise, but not many people are willing to do that. I mean, you have like statistically now, most men are dropping out of college because they found out they've been lied to. Like, oh, if you go to college, you'll get over $100,000 a year. But then now, most guys now are dropping out of college, picking up a trade because they're like, A, I'm not in debt. Mm-hmm. 2, I can learn a skill and get paid very well and live comfortably off of that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And for like now, most women dominate the college, because most women are now in college because they're going with the whole like, yeah, I graduate, I'm like making over 90,000 a year or whatever their type of degree is. But that's where now it's like, again, the competition. It should not be a competition. You should just have an understanding and a balance.
And some of those women who make those high figure incomes are looking for men that make more money than them still.
So you guys think that making 90 or 100, I'm just asking a question, 90 or $100,000, you think that's a lot of money?
It is to me.
It is to me.
I'm just asking because I just want you to know it really is not.
Especially it depends on where you live.
It depends on
where you live.
Yeah, it depends on where you live.
Yeah. I mean, okay, because like I dated a nurse. She was making about a good 55 to 60,000 a year. Mm-hmm. I was an ER technician making about 40 to 45. Mm-hmm. But apparently, just because she's a nurse, I'm an ER tech. Even though like I do more grunt work than she does, but yet everybody's like, "Oh, you should be with a doctor. You should be with this." Versus, I did, like I'm sitting there going like, "Yo, you knew what you were getting yourself into. when you get with me. Now you're like listening to them because you don't want to piss
Yeah, but
them
sweetie,
off.
there's so much that you just said that needs to unbe. She is not the right person for you. I don't even know the bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, anybody who's gonna be that petty.
You're missing the point I'm saying.
No, I'm not. Sweetie,
Career.
you're missing the point, sweetie. Anybody who is going to there's this good man who works hard, who is somebody I'm attracted to, who I like, and instead I'm gonna be like, let me listen to my friends and find a doctor. You don't need that in your life, Brian. That's what I'm
man.
I say 90,000 is still a lot because I remember back when I used to make less than $50,000 a year. I know the life and how comfortable I was, but some of the women who have those high standards, they have those high ambitions, high dreams that we can't afford, and they won't deal with us.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. So I'm at a point now where I can honestly say I'm close to making that income. I still do consider it a lot of money because I remember what I used to do with less.
Okay, Tony, but would you date a woman who said to you, you know what, I would love to date you, but I need you to make more money? Would you like?
Been dissed by women who told me that because they think I make more money than what I make.
See, and if I was in the room with you, I would have been like, bitch, you don't deserve him. Right?
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, these are not your people.
Those are gold diggers.
I know. Well, there's women not
living in the city.
If they want somebody who's either making the same amount of money as them or more, they do want that. They still want it.
I'm not going to lie to you. To me, it would be great. It would be icing on the cake if I could meet somebody who was also financially successful or financially happy or whatever. Like, wouldn't you want to meet somebody who is all set with their stuffage so that you don't have to also be worried about their credit rating, their whatever?
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. So that's
the dream.
Okay, so that's not an exceptional thing. We all would rather be with somebody who is set, right?
Well, you want somebody who's comfortable with
and give you less headache.
Somebody who wants to do as much as you do. You want to have somebody who's comfortable with what they have, but you want somebody who wants to do as much as you do. And that's what a lot of people are looking for in today's society.
Yeah, that's not a standard. That's like my wish. I'm like, if he got everything else and he's a tow truck driver, I'm in. Yeah. But if he has everything else and, he's a famous football player, whatever it is, I'm not going to be like, you know what? I wish you were struggling a little bit.
No, I ain't
it would have worked out, but nah.
I don't wish nobody to struggle no more. I don't wish nobody to struggle.
No, man.
Good conversation. It's fun.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you're not a team, the minute you stop being a team, you're already headed for disaster. It's
Nancy, you are.
It's not.
What?
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
You're right, Rick.
If it's like, if you're pitted against each other, you're not a team anymore. It's a team.
No.
You guys are working together towards being happy together. Like, you got to be considered the whole thing as a team.
Well,
if
let me jump
on
in
your
there.
team.
I want to jump in. I apologize. You haven't really had much to say, or you haven't had a chance to get in here, but I like what you said. If you're not a team, but you also said working together. I think if you want to be with somebody and you find somebody comfortable enough, a lot of us want to find somebody we don't have to work with or work at being with them. We just want to be naturally comfortable off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
Without putting in any work.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any work. If you're happy already, people, sometimes you'll meet somebody, it'll just flow. You want the flow over the job. A lot of people today, they just want to meet somebody. Everything's going to go the way it's supposed to. You shouldn't have to put any boundaries. You shouldn't have to put any standards. They should already be established and understood in the first damn place. Everybody knows what you want in a relationship. Don't cheat on me. Don't get me broke. Make sure I can trust you. That's it. Everything else you're doing too much.
Get me broke.
Yeah. Don't get me broke.
Wait, what did I miss, Mario? I missed Alma's. I can't find her. Rick, can you find Alma's?
Nope, that's not it. Hold on.
Can you find Alma's message?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, man.
Latoya said, I just want to be with mine. Whoever God has for me, I'll take it. We'll figure it out along the way, but he has to be my person. Yeah. So Alma said, for me, it's about faith and it's not about the money, but mutual respect and leadership. But it goes both ways in our household. We recognize each other's strengths and have a true partnership. For sure. For sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's to it. God bless you.
Mm-hmm.
Tony.
Carmen?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
would you be willing to move on a moment's notice if your partner got the dream job of their life? Would you be willing to pick up?
The answer is yes, because I can work remotely. Yes, but where are we moving to?
Wyoming.
Oh Lord.
So my perfect man would not put me in a position where I would be around racist.
Why Wyoming though? Like, why?
Like I would like who would
because it can't be
hold
somewhere.
On, hold on.
It's good. Listen.
No. Hold on.
Okay, why? What's going
Ted,
on?
Your randomness tonight has been insane. Off the chain ridiculousness. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Mr. B, thank you. But here's the thing. I don't think I would ever be with somebody who loved me, who we have a partnership with, who would say, let's move to a place where I know you're going to be really uncomfortable. There's a lot of racism and we're going to deal with a whole other batch of crap. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that would be a dream job. But before you even finished, I said yes.
But yes, that's true. It's their dream job. It's the job they've been waiting for their entire life. Would you move at a moment's notice?
Is he black or is he white? All of this matters. I'm telling you, I would.
You would.
I'm flabbergasted. That was crazy.
Here's why. We would not if he
was.
Brian just walked away.
Hear me out.
Hold on. No.
Wait, hear me out.
Carmen's got a point. Let her say it.
Go ahead, Carmen. Just go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hear me out. I don't think it's illogical. If we're gonna do like trying to theorize, if that's the right word, theorize a scenario, it needs to be realistic. If I'm dating a black man or a Latino man, his perfect job isn't going to be in Wyoming.
It might.
You know what I mean? No, I don't see that because racism matters.
Black man that Carmen would date.
What?
I said not a black man that Carmen would date.
Yeah,
That's
thank you. You just stopped me.
Yeah.
But if he has the perfect job and does that, you're no longer going to have the perfect marriage because she's going to be miserable. So why would you want to do that?
We're going to be in trouble with stuff. I don't like. I'm fine. I will move anywhere for someone I love.
Okay.
I'll put it this way: if one of my best friends needed me and they were like, "Carmen, I'm in trouble," I would move. They know that. Andrea knows that. Mia knows that. It's not a question. So why would I do anything less for the man I'm involved in? But you said Wyoming. I don't see a scenario where me and my significant other would be living in Wyoming, Kentucky, Arkansas. I can go down the list of all the states. Me and my significant other would probably not. Okay, I'll tell you a secret. It's not even a secret. I dated a guy. We were dating. He was a triathlete. We were dating for, I don't know. It was like, I don't know, a year, maybe 6 months. And we were at the beach. You know, we had just done this huge workout or whatever. And we were having these conversations. He's like, I could see us having kids. And I was like, oh, okay. He was getting really serious. You know, he's like, I could see us moving. And he's like, I got names for our kids. He named our kids, which was a little bit weird because it was 2 boys and a girl. And I was like, okay, I'm in. And then he's like, and we could live in Montana. I was done. We were done. The relationship. I was like,
survey says,
I'm not moving to Montana. I'm moving to Montana. Like,
and I guess he was also head of household. Tony. Tony, what's your answer to the question?
Oh, no, man.
No.
Partner, significant other, dream job,
Kentucky.
Bathurst.
Would you move?
Depends on
South Dakota.
No.
Okay.
Matter of fact, that option actually came up when I was married. She was looking at moving to Texas. I said, I'm not going to Texas. She said, why not? I said, first of all, it's too damn hot. And I've been to Texas. I don't have a problem with the state, but I only know 2 major cities where you can have fun. I don't know much about down there. I have friends from there. I'm not going down there. She was like, where would you go? I told her where I would go.
San Antonio.
To go. No, I wasn't going to go to San Antonio. I actually wanted to move to Maryland. I wanted to go to the D.C. area.
Yeah, D.C. I'd move to D.C.
For the careers that we had, because both of us were retired military and civil service. We could have went up there 6 figures apiece, no problem.
Right.
I looked at the options for the both of us, not just her, which may have seemed somewhat of an aspect of selfish. But when we actually did go up there one time to go visit my mother and my sister, I took her to the places that I was telling her I would move to. I said, I can go here. I would go here. Your job would be right here. We could telework, not have to worry about nothing. And everything we needed was in this area. We wouldn't have to deal with any traffic. I showed her my whole plan if we was to go in that direction. You have these options. And when you brought up Wyoming and Carmen, I do want to say this. If he would have had a chance to go there, he probably would have had an entrepreneurial aspect or an entrepreneurial
You've
opportunity.
been to Wyoming? I don't think you've been. I've been to every state in the country.
I've never been to Wyoming, no.
Okay, I have been to Wyoming.
I got you. But have you
I
ever
ain't moving to Wyoming. Go ahead.
I'm just saying,
Entrepreneurial or not.
if he had a chance to be a groundbreaker or a trailblazer in a new area, would you still turn it down?
You know what? I'm going to stop explaining
I wanted
this.
to come out your nose. Ooh.
No, wait. Andrea, can you? Hi, Michael Bathurst.
No.
Andrea, can you? Figure, I don't know why Tony just said no.
I would, Mike.
to move
I
for
would,
somebody.
Bathurst. I would.
Tony said no.
Yeah,
I
he
would,
didn't get
Bathurst.
no
Tony said
backlash.
no.
I
Rick.
say yes with qualifications, and I get backlash.
No,
Andrea, could you please explain in a different way?
Carmen, it's your show. You're gonna get backlash.
You said it's your show.
No, it's okay. But I want Andrea to see if Andrea can maybe explain it in a different way.
Oh, we're gonna get to Andrea.
No, I'm saying for my
I had to look
behalf.
down.
'Cause
I wrote
think
it.
that's
I
wrong.
wrote it out.
I think Tony gets it. I think he's just,
Okay.
Come on.
repeatedly being obtuse.
Thank you. Gotcha. Thank you. All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
You know why you're not going to Wyoming.
Mhm.
And I have also been to Wyoming, and Carmen's not going to Wyoming. Nor am I. So when you ask me that question, don't ask me about Wyoming.
I will say this though, I have had a couple of friends who were out there. I've never heard anything bad about Wyoming. I've had a couple of friends who was out there military.
Because nobody wants to live over there.
Tony, Wyoming is beautiful to visit, water rafting or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. This country is a beautiful country. Living in red states is not something I choose
I
to
don't
want
know
to
much
be a
about
part
it.
of. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to be in a red state. It's as simple as that.
Gotcha.
Cynthia, you've been married. You coming up on 25 years?
It'll be 26 coming up.
It'll be 26. Your significant other says South Dakota, dream job. What's your take? No meaning it's a showstopper, or no meaning let me hear you out?
I would say probably he could go for a few months, see if he likes the job. If he really loves it while I stay here.
Juan gonna be alone.
Right.
Poor Juan.
Enjoy the cat.
But if I had to go right away, it'd be a no.
Brian?
Uh-huh.
Is that an affirmative answer?
I would move to London, England. Yes.
No.
Nobody said
Ted's
London.
question.
You know, the backer said,
Bathurst.
hi, Michael.
Michael
Michael
Bathurst.
said London, but that's not the question. Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Sure.
On a moment's notice.
It's a red state. It's Brian, red state. Of
Well,
course.
because A, taxes are lower. B, there's opportunity out there.
Wait.
C, it's like right in the
Wait.
middle of everybody else I know.
Time out. Brian, would you move to San Francisco?
Yes, I would, but not LA. I'd be like, look at Full House, y'all.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
Joe, what's your take?
What's my take?
Are you picking up and moving across the country to somewhere where you haven't been because your significant other is saying, hey, it's the opportunity of a lifetime?
It depends on the place, man, but for the most part, yeah, it depends on the situation. If it's like the dream job that they really want, but it really depends on the place where it's at.
Oh,
where it's at.
my God, I get slammed, but
It's like-
okay.
I'm just saying, San Francisco.
I say the truth
fine.
straight up.
I'm saying
But
San Francisco
okay, go
fine,
ahead.
but taxes will kick my ass. I like paying no taxes over here.
Rick, what's your take? You're moving. Hypothetical situation.
Does the dream job mean I don't have to work anymore?
See, that's a good negotiating.
Because if I don't have to work anymore, I'm good in most places except the North Pole or on the equator. I don't like those extremes of temperature. But otherwise, I'm good pretty much anywhere. If I don't have to work, I'll figure it out.
If I don't have to work, you didn't put that in the equation.
I'll become a YouTuber or something. I don't know.
You said dream job. That don't mean lots of money.
Then it's not a dream.
I'll just say this: 21 years ago, I got the dream job. My wife moved, no questions asked, and it was rough as can be down there.
Where did you move?
In Tampa, Florida.
It was rough. Wow.
Horrible.
Wow.
It was rough as can be down there.
Hurricanes.
See, that's why I said I'd send him by himself for a few months.
Scope it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you scope out the scene.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine right where I'm at.
Depending on the location. Like I said, I know where I want to go. I know places that I would like to live. Even when I came here, I had no desire to live here when I first came here in 2008. It took a couple of years before I realized how comfortable I would be.
Where are you again? I forget where you are. You're in New York, right?
No, I'm in Warner
Georgia.
Georgia, right?
Yeah, he's in
Robins.
Georgia.
Where I'm at is a base. Where I'm at is comfortable for me, my career field, my work history. So I'm stable. You want to go somewhere where you're able to maintain some stability. And you also want to be somewhere that your significant other can be just as comfortable as you are. That is how you have peace in the home. In my aspect.
Frustrated.
Plus, I could go fishing and hunting in Arkansas too.
Yeah, we said San Francisco for you, honey. We changed it. Remember, we changed it so it was a liberal.
No firearms? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it would be difficult for you to make the choice. So, Ted, what happened with Tampa, Florida?
I can make a snare and use a machete. I'll get creative.
My wife opted. We agreed. She moved back.
Oh.
And I had to figure out a way through the good Lord to get me back to New York.
Okay. She moved back. Not
yes.
You. At first.
That's crazy because I hear a lot of good things.
Andrea, what about you?
Yeah,
where am I going?
Wisconsin.
Well, we didn't want to say Wyoming because you shut it down early.
I'm going to give her. Let me give her
Des Moines, Iowa.
You're going to Wisconsin, the land of trees.
She's been to Iowa a lot lately because she's working there right now. She's working in that. Is it Iowa, Andrea?
None of the above.
Tennessee.
So far, no. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, Nancy.
Hey.
Where's
like,
Nancy from?
She's in Wisconsin.
Iowa? Wisconsin. I love Madison. I used to go to Madison, Wisconsin every year for a dance.
I was in Milwaukee once. It was lovely, but not moving there. I will not live anywhere where it is freezing cold ever. I also will not live in a red state. And I've moved around a lot and wound up coming back because this is the best place to be. The West Coast is the best coast.
I thought about moving to New Orleans.
But I would move again, but it just depends on where. So I wouldn't go to any of the places that
New
you
Orleans in the early 2000s. I looked at New Orleans. I looked at Las Vegas.
Oh, New Orleans. I could do that.
No, I'm not going.
No, you can't. You would not survive in New Orleans. No.
I loved when I was in New
Actually,
Orleans.
probably would survive down there, but New Orleans was. I'm glad I didn't go down there.
That's right, Rich.
It's a different
That's
beast.
right.
East Coast.
Say it loud, Rich.
I like Vegas. But Vegas, I was told
East Coast.
Vegas is old after a while. Actually,
Water's on the wrong
2016. I was out there for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, Vegas isn't cool after
By
a
the
while.
third week, I was ready to get up out of there. But I like Vegas. I could visit Vegas. I could visit New Orleans, but I don't think I could live there.
Not Vegas.
I would stay for the concerts.
I dated a guy in Las Vegas. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
It's 4 hours from
Like
here.
a 36-hour limit in Vegas. After that, you just gotta
gotta
get
get
out.
After 2 weeks, that's enough. That's enough. That's
You're
enough.
done. Although now with the dome concert thing with you two, oh my
With
god, I gotta
Spears.
see that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
thing is
I'm going on the
insane.
I
third.
gotta see that.
I'm going on the third. It's
Trust
gonna
me.
be
Are you really? Do you have an extra ticket for me, sweetheart?
Sweetheart.
Oh, so sweetheart now.
Sweetheart.
Oh, well now.
Nancy's trying to tell
After
him.
you
I
blocked
mean,
my ass 6 months
I'd visit
ago.
Nancy.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Hey, so just a question. What topic is like the most difficult topic that you've had to discuss with your partner?
Well, the enema thing never came up. So, just saying, that kind of tops it. The most difficult subject.
Most difficult subject.
Ooh, Nancy said politics.
With your partner, though.
Carmen, you're hitting lead off.
I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I've had a partner on a regular basis. So I should be last. I got to think about it.
Okay. Tony?
Money and death, Mario.
I agree with
Previously-
Mario. Money.
I'll make this a majority of relationships that I've had. I have had quite a few relationships. Kids, whether or not they have children or not.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I was agreeing because, like, just I would say differences in how we, want to parent.
Yeah.
Cynthia?
Money. Money's always a difficult topic.
Ryan?
how to be better. Self-improvement.
Ooh, say more about that,
What else?
Brian. What do you mean?
Oh, just mainly because like if they're so like if they're doing one or two things that's kind of like a habitual and they realize it's bad for them, what can they do to like get out of that funk and learn how to be a better and all that. And normally I would just say, yeah, like find a hobby, whether it be like painting, because there's a lot of workshops that do like painting. There's an organization called Meetup where you can meet up with people that have the same interests like you are. If you're curious about photography, there's a group for that. Just finding out like new things to kind of uplift your spirit. If you feel like you're pretty much like your life, if you're like you feel like you're on a plateau, which most people are. So it's just like we just talked about, just find something that really that you want to do together, or you want to try for yourself if you want to do like a personal growth.
And those are you've had the difficult conversations you've had with partners.
I could probably say off the top of my head one. And the thing was, I felt that I would be better doing something that's more suited to my skill and ability versus sitting behind a desk. And I don't like, and my last job, I sat behind a desk. I felt like I was handcuffed and I hated it. I never wanted so much that I wanted to break off the handcuffs, say, screw it, I'm out. Until finally when they were trying to come up with some ideas and I just wouldn't agree. I'm like, nope, this is not suited for me. Thank you for the opportunity, but I'm going to go somewhere where my talents could be best utilized.
I remember that conversation when you had it too. I remember you said,
I never drank so much. I was like that angry. I was that depressed. It's like, man, that's why I went ahead and went back to school, see what I could find. And then I went back to my old bread and butter because it was easy, because the bills don't pay themselves. And now, like with the current job that I have, I'm having fun again. I'm in a leadership role, but I don't have that title, but it doesn't matter because the crew I have, we are a team, we're a unit. And I'm having fun again. It feels great. And the thing about it is not being handcuffed to the desk, no emails, no Zoom calls, no all these other stuff. It feels wonderful. I can just go ahead and just do what I do and I have fun. And that my happiness is more important than money, because sometimes the grass ain't greener on the other side.
it's not. I like what Alma said. Having kids and how you will raise them is one of the conventions that should have been had early before you get pregnant. I 100% agree. You got to have those conversations. You have got to have those conversations, because by the time the kids come, they ain't nothing else to talk about. Take care of the kids and shut up. I want to give that out to a lot of people, because I see a lot of people not taking care of their kids. It bothers the hell out of me. It really does.
Joe, what's your take on it?
You're muted.
Repeat the question.
Oh my God.
Wow. Are you serious? Wow. Okay.
For the audience. For the audience.
Yeah.
Ted forgot the question. I'll just be damned.
But
Agree?
yeah, but I mean, but yeah,
Conversation in a relationship.
like with
Oh,
to follow up
that's
with that
simple.
first.
That's something
yeah,
that was like a major topic in like relationship.
Yeah.
Like
Something difficult to talk about. Anyway.
Difficult topic. I didn't know you were serious.
Oh no. I could actually. Well,
Listen, once he sits there like this,
it wasn't something. Shut up. It wasn't something to really It wasn't really difficult, but it was something that kind of bothered a lot of like people I dated, a lot of like girls, women I dated. It was the fact that I was overly mellow about things. I don't know if people like notice. I probably some people notice that I was just like cool with certain things, and like they would always ask like, "Oh, I'm," like they get upset that I'm not being jealous or I'm not like getting mad or uptight about something. I'm like, no, it's not, like, what's the big deal? And I never understood it. It was always a big problem. And it's like, oh, like I dated this one girl, and like she would say things, we would argue, and she would get into these fights, and I said, oh, okay, all right. She get upset. She try to pull, you know what I mean? Try to
Because
pull my nerves, and it's just like,
I want you to feel what she's feeling. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, all right, that's cool, whatever. We on the phone. She would argue. I'd be like, all right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. And I just hang up.
This
And
isn't
she would get
somebody
so
anymore, right?
uptight. Yo, girls would get so uptight. And I would do this on like a crazy streak. And my friends used to talk to me about it. Go, yo, what's wrong with you? You know you in a relationship, right? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not sweating it. I'm like, why people want this for? Like, come on,
They
man.
feel like you don't care, like you're not interested in the
Yeah, but it's just that I don't want to deal with a lot of that. I'm just like, why are we arguing? Why are we beefing? Just
what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here? And it was just so weird to me, man. And I'm like, why y'all like this? It's just so weird, but it was always something. And I did it. My oldest brother, he used to do that too, and we've got that from our dad. So it's like it's just us being carefree and mellow. That's all it is. It's like I just don't want to stress it, but it's just been like a topic that I've noticed throughout a lot of my relationships. Yeah.
Rick?
So too much emotion. We seem vulnerable. And we got to take it easy. That's what a lot of fathers will teach you. Just think about it.
Yeah, just like calm down.
It's fixable.
Again, there's like a misalignment of relationship there. But
I'm a lot like Mr. B. If you're gonna fight, it's gonna be by yourself. I'm not participating.
who has on the TV because it's driving me insane?
Less headache.
We got TV in the background.
The background noise.
That's
is
not
amazing.
TV. I have background noise though, but it is me. I'm gonna mute it.
All right, go ahead, Rick.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny because we rarely fought, me and my ex. And you would think even like since I'm divorced, maybe at the end, no, we really didn't. I only found out over the phone we were getting divorced just like that. I was like I got sucker punched. But if I had to pick one thing, I would say money.
Money. Money's always an issue. Mm-hmm. Ted, what about you? You want me to remind you what the question is?
No. It's really easy. It's one thing we differ on is parenting. The way you raise the kids. There's certain times where we're on opposite. A lot of time, I would say 99.9% we're on the same page. But then there's that time when you're like, I don't agree with that one.
Right.
Clearly, it's a big deal since your show's called Late Night Parents.
Late Night Parents.
That's easy.
like with my older brother Sam and his kids. I mean, when in the early stages when his kids were young, they're running out of control, and he was just kind of like, man, he's trying to manage the house. Wife was working, but then it's just like he's sitting there like after a 16, 17 hour long day, because he does HVAC, air conditioning for residential and commercial. So after doing a 16, 17 hour day, he's like beat to death, tired. And then the moment he spends like 20 to 30 minutes sitting in the car trying to brace himself of the bush that he's about to walk into. And he's just sitting there like, everything was coming at him at one time. And then one time he called me up. He said, hey, I'm coming to pick you up. Let's just go somewhere for a drive. I'm like, yeah, sure. No problem. I mean, no big deal. But as we're talking, we were sitting in Galveston, and he's sitting there just going off just everything, that he was just having like a full-blown meltdown. And I was just going like, man, I was like, I don't know how dad managed it, because my dad worked security. My dad's like a veteran, but yet he was working security and didn't even make much. But yet my dad still found a way to provide a roof over our heads, clothes on our backs, food in our stomachs. Even with my mom being a, not from this country, but she was staying at home, keeping the house in order. And he was just trying to figure out like, how the hell, but then now he's just going like, I figured it out. And I'm like, what? He goes, how mom and dad kept us in line. Treat your kids like inmates. because I never joined a gang. My brothers did not either. We did not steal. We did not kill anybody. We stayed in line because why? We were scared to get our asses whooped by our parents. My mom from a third world country of Thailand will whoop your ass at 4'11", will whoop your ass at anything in arm's reach. My dad, old school, get over the knee, take the belt.
Andrea, just breathe. I know. I warned you. I gave you information.
Beat the kids. It works.
Breathe in and out. Calm
down.
Could I just throw something else in there, though? I just want to say this for everybody.
Please don't say you want to be kids, because I will.
No. I've never ever hit my kid, ever, not once, and which was ironic because the ex thought I would, because my father beat the crap out of me like a drunk bar fight. But I just want to say, if you are divorced, you're not broken goods. You're not a failure. There is hope. You might find somebody else and be even happier. Or I've even seen people get back together. They're more mature. They figured out life, and they're happy as they could possibly be. So I just want to throw that out there.
Or you don't ever have to be married or in a relationship, and you're going to be just fine.
I'm not.
Also, no, I'm just saying, like,
we are human beings.
We need to normalize. It's okay to be single and have fun and have a life too. I think that's the other thing that's changing generationally is you don't have to have somebody to be of any value. You are valuable as you are.
I like that. That's well said, Carmen. That's well said. I like that. That's
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
That's very.
I do.
We are interactive human beings. We need like constant contact and interaction.
I didn't say don't have contact. And when you say contact, are you talking about sex? Because that is not what I said.
I knew she was gonna go there. I knew it.
You give her an inch and she just goes a whole 10 yards, like a mile. Good grief, woman.
And plus, define constant, because that can be.
Well, I mean, because we like interaction. Like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what's going on? You know, we're like that. We gotta be people in general. Maybe some
I'm good. I don't need that. I really don't. I mean, I know a lot of people do, but I prefer a much more solitary life.
As much as I would like companionship, but I know if the country with the shit, I'll be fine on my own because I know I'll survive.
I got a question for Andrea. She just said she prefers a solitary life. Do you base that on where you're at now, or have you always been like that? And I say that because I believe you are married, correct?
I've always been like that. I was always the kid in my room, listening to music, reading books.
She is married.
I mean, I hung out with my friends, and I went and played outside and all of those things. But like, I like to have a significant amount of alone time, and being around a lot of people in person or online is very draining for me. So,
And I ask you that because some people who are they do seek the solitude.
I'm honest.
After you have the family, after
So like,
and everything is like,
Andrea, are you like gonna sleep for like the next 2 days after this encounter
I
here?
was just saying the subtext is
Wow.
really getting
No,
on my
I
nerves.
mean-
This is Carmen asked, right?
I'm not saying I don't enjoy it. I'm just saying it takes a lot of my energy, and then I need to go and recharge. You know, by myself.
you gotta take some downtime to yourself. A lot of people who are married, they need downtime to themselves because they don't normally have it. That's why I asked, is it your mentality now based on what you've been through, or were you always like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was always, and I have, like Carmen said, I'm married, I have kids, I have a full, I have to be interacting with people all the time. So every little second when I can be by myself.
Absolutely. You need
have your time for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Question, Andrea, are you a Cancer?
No.
Okay.
It's like introverted people are fueled by alone time. Extroverted people are fueled by being around people.
Exactly.
Introvert.
I can tell you myself when me and my wife separated and there was nobody in the house, it drove me nuts being alone. Because I was used to coming home to seeing everybody. My mental peace was coming home to everybody under the same roof.
Yeah.
Hi, Evac. I don't know who that is.
So Vivek, how you doing? So that took an adjustment for me. That took a big adjustment. Coming home to nobody and nothing and just quiet. I was like,
There's somebody else in the room that can connect with you on that level when their husband was away. I won't say who it is. Sorry, I don't want to out you by any means, but I don't want you to feel alone.
I was gonna say I totally agree with him.
it makes sense because you change your mindset to having a family once you have a family. You want to come home to everybody. You don't want to necessarily come home to yourself. It helps to come home to yourself a weekend a month. It helps to come home and have 30 minutes to yourself. When you come home and there's nobody, there's nothing, it's like all this silence and all this space and all this.
You don't know what to do with yourself.
Well, that took me months. When me and my wife separated, it took me about 4 good months to just get used to I didn't even go in the bedroom. I would sleep on the couch. I had to see everything. I don't want to be anywhere just secluded. I just want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, notice everything around me and make sure because I'm used to so much happening. I can go in my room and know what's going on. But if I'm sitting in this quiet, I don't know what's about to happen. It kind of threw my awareness off. It's just
sounds hard.
Wow.
Carmen.
Yeah.
What's the best relationship advice that you've received?
That I've received.
That you've received.
Wow. These are questions you should have sent to me in the beginning so I could really have thought it through.
Now we shoot from the hip, woman. You don't know who you're dealing with.
Come on
We
now.
shoot from the hip.
Relationship advice. I thought you would say that I've given,
Raw
but
and honest.
I've received.
That you've
Clearly it
received.
didn't work because
You don't watch his show. We're raw and honest. Shoot from the hip.
we shoot from the hip. We do.
Carmen,
I don't know.
These are the big questions.
We agreed on the relationship topic, and we're sticking to it. We're dying to talk about MMA. We're dying to talk about NFL.
You have a platform where you can all go do that,
Slap
right?
fight.
You
Slap
have a
fight league, baby.
platform.
Get the hell out of here with that, bro.
Look at the only relationship advice that I think I really remember and that I've taken to heart is don't let a man change who you are authentically, right? And I think that has always been something that it's not just a man but other people. But I remember being told that and sticking to that because especially when you're younger and a woman, you're like, oh my God, I love football. No, I don't. I don't love football, but we do that, right? Because we're accustomed to want to please, like, oh, I don't care what we eat, whatever you want to do. So I think that's probably to this day part of what I do in any relationship, but definitely with a man, I'm not going to let somebody change who I am authentically.
Tony?
I'm going to need you to ask me again, honestly.
Best relationship advice that you've received?
See, it's not easy.
You want me to come back to you?
It's not, please.
Okay.
I want to be honest with my answer. I don't want to just make something up. I want to be honest.
Cynthia?
I just did. I just made that up off the cuff. Ain't I good?
Yeah, I can't even.
Cynthia?
Honesty. Whether it hurts or not, being honest with each other, I guess.
Andrea?
Andrea, for the love of Jesus.
Come on, Ted.
Ted. Got it written down.
Ted. We've been up here for how long and you still can't get it right, brother? Come on, man.
Andrea, we're going to have you on Late Night Parents.
That's a big deal because I've never been invited. That's a big deal, Andrea. So,
best relationship advice I ever got was your most important relationship is with yourself. You got to be right with you before you can be right with anybody else. Friend, ride or die, partner, kids, neighbor, whatever.
Brian?
Put in the work. Don't be lazy, and help each other get better, because you're a team. Because everyone achieves more together. Everyone achieves more. Don't be selfish. Just have that healthy balance.
Joe? Would you like me to repeat the question, Joe?
Have patience. Have patience.
Rick?
That's a good one.
Learn that one, Carmen.
Yeah. As much as possible.
Brian.
Jesus. The flamethrower.
Brian.
No, I'm bringing in the lumber, boy.
I've been nothing but nice. That's all I want to say.
Exactly. This is crazy, man.
Rick?
As much as possible. I mean, it's not going to be 100%. You got to try to be on the same page. And whenever you're not, you got to already know where you're going to have to compromise. So that there's no surprises later before you get super deeply serious, and especially ended up in marriage. I always say too, like, whatever annoys you about somebody before you got married, trust me, honey, after you get married, it's going to be magnified 10 times. So
you ain't never lied about that shit. I'm sorry.
If you can't deal with it then, forget about it later. It's going to be worse.
Boundaries and foundation.
That shit right there. You ain't never.
Boundaries and foundation.
I got my answer.
Tony?
Gabriella actually nailed it what she said. Keep God in the center of the relationship. I 100% agree with that. To me, it's also been make sure the two of you work together more than against each other. That's the only way it's going to work.
But what was the best advice? Gabriella?
Gabriella was the best advice, yeah. Always, especially when you get married, they say put God in the center of the relationship. Absolutely.
Almost said forgiveness.
Almost said forgiveness. I like that.
Yeah.
You open the door for things to happen with that. As much as I understand it, I kind of see a flip side to it. No disrespect to what you're saying, Alma.
What, forgiveness?
Yes.
Oh, explain.
To me, forgiveness is going to have to be there, but it's also meaning you're expecting something to happen wrong. I don't necessarily expect things to happen wrong when I go into a relationship. I want to go 100%. I want to go right. I want to do as much as possible to make sure nothing goes wrong. I kind of have a fantasy mindset of ain't nothing going to go wrong because we're going to fight everything to make sure everything goes right. That might be what's wrong with me. That might be what's wrong with me.
Okay. I think Gabriella said it best. Keep God first. Keep an open mind. Be willing to address your deficiencies. Be willing to embrace where your partner might say, hey, you aren't doing insert whatever. Go into it with an open mind. With that, I will like to turn this over to our mistress of ceremony, Carmen.
Mistress.
Mistress of ceremony.
I'm thinking Elvira.
Can you guys all see that chat? Yeah, you guys can all see it. Okay. I'm sorry, Ted. What did you want me to do?
I said I wanted to turn it back over to you because you are the host extraordinaire.
Host.
I want to thank you for allowing us to use the platform tonight.
think it went okay, right? Me and Brian didn't go too bad.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Mwah.
Ew.
I would like to extend to each of you the opportunity to come over on our platform, whether together or separate, to join us to talk non-sports related items.
Yeah, I mean, we should wait.
Nah, you got to put in 5 minutes of sports at least.
At least
5 minutes of sports.
But here's the thing:
Negotiate with 3.
We started this whole thing, and you said you were going to talk about whatever it was we talked about.
Okay. Well, here's what was helpful.
Bad, like I was mean to you.
No. You helped me greatly because something I've been not toying around with, but the fact of the matter, my wife is in the back here hustling right now. She's like, okay, what's going on?
I was scared if you don't hurry the hell up.
Okay. No,
we can jump off. We can jump off.
No. The best part about it is you helped me this week because I kind of embrace that the live stream and the podcast and everything is a hobby for me. And you were able to help me finally get a grasp on that, where a lot of folks are specific brands and push their platforms a certain way. I just like to do it. I just like to jump on, do it, work on a website, speak with people, and talk about, other related issues or discussion topics and stuff like that.
Well,
So
you didn't start with what the question was, though. So people, I just feel like you're not really explaining this very well. So I'm looking bad. I don't want to look bad.
No, you didn't. You gave me straight talk because we were talking about.
See, that's part of my brand that I don't like, right?
No. You gave us.
No. You asked me about LinkedIn. That's what you.
Okay.
Carmen, what is your LinkedIn game or whatever?
There you go. I said you've mastered. Thank you for bringing it back.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And I said that, on different platforms, we do different things, but it depends on what it is you're looking for.
Right.
Like, I don't care how many people watch us.
Mm-hmm.
I care about an overall brand of who I am because I have all of these different things that I'm trying to accomplish with that umbrella.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about, how many people are watching us every day. I'm more concerned about the branding of Carmen Lisette Productions, because that's the media wing of my company now. So I'm just saying, because Ted, the reason why I'm trying to put it out there correctly is because I know that a lot of the live streaming thing that we do goes to one certain segment, right? When we're with this group of people. And I said that respectfully, but I don't want it to be like, I called you and was like, let me tell you the straight.
No. I actually called you.
It was business.
Right. I actually called you and it was helpful. It was a helpful fruit session. So
cool.
That was really that. So I do definitely appreciate you and everyone that's took their time out, the 2 hours or so.
We did 2 hours.
We did 2 hours. And the parameters were set prior to this. Ted, this is 2 hours.
2 hours.
That's it. Max.
Well, at first we were going to do an hour, but that wasn't going to be enough for all.
No, it wasn't. And thank you for. I was just coming up with these questions, just winging them. I wish, next time we do this next quarter, hopefully, you got to keep it into existence.
Okay, but Ted,
next quarter stuff.
I'm going to make you look bad.
Go ahead.
I asked you how many times, do you want to talk about whatever we're going to talk about? Do you want to get together and talk? And you were like,
you did.
Well, I have another question. While he's on the train. He's on the train. I'm going to lose you. I'm going in a tunnel.
I did.
You did.
But okay. It was good. It was good because it wasn't rehearsed.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. We're on the same page. So, next year when we do this again, it'll be
next year.
Next year.
Next year's only a few months.
That's true.
Next
Yeah.
year is actually next
It really
quarter.
is.
Yes,
Oh,
it's next quarter.
shoot.
Yeah.
Next year is next quarter. January is
Guess
next
it wasn't
quarter.
as funny as I thought it was.
And it was timed very perfectly.
Yes, it
We
was.
should all go to
Yeah.
California and do it live.
Look, we could totally do this again. I think it went well.
Brian
She's
almost
gonna
caught a heart
stab
attack.
me. She's gonna stab me. What are you kidding me?
Brian almost caught a heart attack when you hear California.
Said California.
Like Carmen comes after me. I'm gonna have to go MMA on her. You know what I mean?
I am totally
mofo.
missing everything that's happening right now. Anyway,
Yo.
we could
Well,
totally
like-
do this again. It'll be totally cool. I'm glad that it was fun and fast, and I think I learned a lot about a lot of you.
Yeah, it's good.
Look at the face.
Really cool.
Yeah.
No, it was
In
a
a good
good
way,
way.
and maybe not in such a good way.
No, well, you with the enema. I don't know what that's about. But that's never going to
Left
leave my
field
head.
punches were out of
Oh my
bounds,
gosh.
man.
You know what's so interesting? Men are talking about women in such a way that you think we think a certain thing. And what I learned is you guys want the same thing we want. But I think we all have this idea in our heads that there's something that we all want that isn't actually true. It's fascinating to me. I'm gonna have to go back and listen again. But I think what I realized, there's some beautiful men here. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of nice.
To piggyback on what you said, there's a saying at my last job that was hanging on the wall. It said, "It's not who you are that holds you behind; it's who you think you are that holds you behind."
Nice. It's true.
So I think if we put our egos aside and just be real with one another, oh my God, there's a balance. Yay.
From Texas, I can't really. I had to bring it back there. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, you can stick your high taxes. I'll stick to pay
Yeah.
with low taxes. We'll just keep it at that.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
Brian, we just have to find you the right girl.
We got to find Brian the right girl. That we do have to do. We're gonna work on that. All right. With that, I'm gonna say good night to everyone. Thank you to everyone in the chat and for stopping by, and everyone who's listening and not in the chat, because that's an interesting number. And we'll see you all again soon. Definitely next Thursday, right, Ted? You have your show at 7 Pacific
10 p.m.
time?
Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and you have your show at
6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern.
Eastern, yes.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.